and to lead us all in a toast. Krishen, please.
Wow, what an evening. What an evening. For those of you who may not know me, I'm Krishen Mehta. I had the privilege of getting this practice started back in 1986, 87, and I was in Japan till 2008. And it was my privilege to work with Nasir and the team that has evolved here for those beautiful 22 years. It's really a privilege for me to be here, and an honor actually to say a few words. Marcus asked me to speak for about 10 minutes, 12 minutes about Nasir, about our experience together, and I'm really honored that this opportunity is here for me. Let me start, first of all, by acknowledging the leaders in this practice who have made this what is possible. I want to first of all acknowledge Miyakawa-san, Suzuki-san, Sugata-san, Uishi-san for the leadership they have provided in nurturing and supporting the IAS practice. Of course, Jack Bird and Ray Khan were also an instrumental part of this, and I'm glad that they are here today. I'm looking for my good friend, Jose Hanashiro. Jose, how are you, Teresa? Wow. There are a few people I care for more deeply than Jose, and I'm very glad that you are here. Thank you, Jose, for joining, and Teresa-san, thank you for coming. It's wonderful that a number of the IAS colleagues that I worked with and are still with IAS are here tonight, and also a number of former colleagues that were part of the IAS team and went on to brilliant careers. Anupa Shah, Raul Gumagai, Brian Doyle, Chris DeVoe, and quite a few others. It's amazing that you all could be here and share this evening. And to the other friends and assembled guests, I want to thank you and welcome you to this wonderful evening. Now, I was thinking, when I flew in yesterday from New York, I was thinking, what would be the appropriate remarks to make on an occasion such as this? And then an idea came to my mind. I got an email actually 3 days ago from a current member of the IAS staff, a manager here, who I was very touched by that email. And she said in that email that, Mr. Mehta, I'm very glad you're coming, because it seems like the DNA of the practice that was set up while you were here leading it with Nasir and Marcus and others has continued after you left with Marcus, with Nasir, and we hope that will continue with Marcus. And she was referring in the DNA, and she said in that email that when people are treated with a lot of affection and respect, we bring out the best in them. And then when that happens, their ability to serve their clients multiplies, is enhanced. So in other words, the private support and affirmation and the professional support and affirmation come together. And she said in that email that what you did was help change the DNA of the practice, in which everybody who worked in the IAS practice felt affirmed, felt supported, felt cared for, and that affected how our client service was. So actually that note brought me to tears, because it was something that we truly wanted to do. And for her to say that it was a pattern that we set back then, which continued under the wonderful stewardship of Nasir, touched me deeply. So if I'm not embarrassing you, I want to thank you, Madoka-san, for sending me that note, because I know that you felt it came from the heart, and I'm sure that that's how you are with your colleagues and your staff, and that has affected your service with clients. So please give a hand to Madoka-san for the courage to affirm that. That email actually also reminded me of something that I've always known about Nasir. You know, we talk about people having IQ, which is intelligence quotient, right? We all know Nasir has that, right? We talk about people having EQ, which is emotional quotient, right? We all. But how many of you know that Nasir has a third attribute called DQ? Do some of you know what that is? Come on, Rahul, you know that. Nasir has the attribute of DQ, which is very rare, very special, and D stands for decency. I think if you've known Nasir, you know what I'm talking about. He's one of the caring, most caring, decent individuals you'll ever meet. He'll always be very straight with you, honest with you, and do whatever he can to support your mission. So, Nasir, thank you for being who you are with IQ, EQ, and DQ. Very unusual person. Cheers. Now, I took the liberty before coming here of asking Marcus if I could go through Nasir's file. And Marcus kindly agreed for me to work closely with Majid-san to go through it, and I discovered some problems. So I'll come to the problems in a moment. But first, let me tell you, the first item I saw in the file is dated March 17th, 1986. Actually, in January of that year, 1986, I'd been the instructor for a tax technical training that we had conducted in Singapore, at which Nasir was there, Jose was there, Kazuhiro Sue, Anahira Matsu, Carmen Tamba, Jay Wagner, all of them were there, remember? So I remember writing 2 months after, even before my assignment in Tokyo, I remember writing to the New York office as follows. Actually, I wrote to the New York office and to the Tokyo office under Rick Gimbert. I sent the following note. Rick, you have every reason to be proud of the group you sent to Singapore. It reflects very well on your judgment in hiring the right kind of people to do tax work. You'll be pleased to know that Nasir Majid has been recommended for an outstanding rating, and a letter will be sent to you by Barbara Beeler, partner in charge of US tax, and please keep that letter in his file. And with respect to other participants, I want to particularly acknowledge Jose Hanashiro. Seldom have I met somebody who is more hardworking and dedicated. These two people are here today, and I saw those traits back in '86. So I thank you for your continued hard work ever since then, which we noticed. So that letter, Nasir, is by the way in your file. Can I have some water? Thanks. Okay. Some water. Thank you. Another letter that I found, I'll come to the problem in a minute, actually. Another letter that I found was, of course, when Nasir passed the enroll agent exam. Congratulations. This is January 25, 1988. And then when he was promoted to consultant, 1989. Now, here's the letter where I found there's a problem. This is dated February 8th, 1994. Nasir Majid, a memo to him from me. I'm very pleased at your success in passing 3 parts of the CPA exam and coming very close on the 4th. Needless to say, I'm not surprised. The results show the solid foundation in your professional skills and your ability to grasp concepts. I look forward to your taking over more responsibilities after you pass part 4 of the CPA exam. Let us all celebrate together when the 4th part is behind you. But I found no confirmation that he passed the 4th part. There's nothing in the file that he passed the 4th part. That means that when I promoted him to manager, it was a mistake. When I was promoted to senior manager, it was a mistake. And to partner, it was a mistake. Now, we are 10 days away from retirement. Where's Miyakawa-san? Miyakawa-san, you have 10 days to issue an invoice to Nasir for all the salary compensations that we have made by an error during the period. So please keep in mind. Now, before I offer the kampai, since Nasir is like a younger brother to me, I have a wish list for Nasir. Things that I would like for him to do once he retires. The first part of the wish list he has already met, and that is attend a testimonial dinner as the guest of honor. Nasir is the guest of honor, so that part is done. But the other 9 are here. So number 2 is send flowers to Chia-san for no apparent reason. All right, Nasir, it's on your to-do list. Number 3, travel for 2 months with just 1 carry-on bag and no apparent destination. So Nasir, travel for 2 months with just 1 carry-on bag and no apparent destination, okay? Number 4, and if you go to Italy as part of your travels, make sure you eat all in one day at a ristorante, a trattoria, a pizzeria, a pasticceria, and a gelateria. All in one day, I want you to go to a ristorante, a trattoria, a pizzeria, and pasticceria, and a dessert place, the gelateria. Okay? All right. Number 5, and when you return from your travels, try to work part-time as a taster, a food taster, at either Baskin-Robbins or Haagen-Dazs. Number 6, now that you will have more free time, be asked for a recipe for something that you have cooked. All right? All right, you have to take up cooking now. Number 7, and Nasir, since you're going to be living in Japan long term, my 7th wish for you is to compose a perfect haiku. All right? Number 8, and this is something I feel I've enjoyed the most since I retired. Develop close friendships with people of at least 3 generations. Somebody who is 80 who can call you his dear friend, somebody who is 40 who can call you his dear friend, and somebody who is 17 or 18 outside of your family. That's my wish for you. Number 9, and since I have the pleasure of becoming a grandparent for the first time on June 1 this year, I have a wish for Nasir to watch Sesame Street with your grandchildren. And number 10, to please pass part 4 of the CPA exam. So please stand up with me and join us in toasting to our dear friend Nasir on a brilliant 33-year career with PwC, serving our clients with distinction and wishing him a well-deserved and a happy retirement. Kampai.